Dak's interception in his NFL career, Brew, used to be pretty good, not great this year. So, are you expecting a clean game from Dak in Tampa Bay Monday night?
All right, first of all, let me address Jerry Jones.
Oh, man.
This is what I mean by foolishness. And I'm not even talking about the corny joke about being in the kitchen.
He's spokesy.
I'm not even talking about that, though. It's in Dak's DNA not to turn the ball over? Really?
Well, it used to be.
Then why did he lead the league in interceptions despite missing 5 games?
Needs a blood transfusion.
All right, and 2 of his years he's had double-figure interceptions. I get it. He hasn't been, throwing the ball all over the yard.
This used to be his strength, bro.
But hold on. This was the question. Turnovers. All right, that includes fumbles.
Oh.
Dak has led the league in fumbles twice in his career.
That's good.
See, I dig. I don't just go on the superficial level. I dig. And Jerry should have. He led the league in interceptions this year. He's led the league in fumbles twice. I mean, come on. No, I don't expect him to play a clean game. He's thrown interceptions in his last 7 games, and in 4 of those games, Nick, he's thrown 2 interceptions.
Listen, aside from the totally unnecessary drive-by on Wild.
Was it on me or you?
I don't know. It couldn't have been on me. It wouldn't have made sense. It had to be about you. I don't know what you did. Aside from that, I agree with almost everything Bruce said. So here's the deal. These are the types of things you can gamble on. And I'm not saying anyone needs to gamble on it, but it gives you an idea of what the marketplace thinks. Yeah. So of all the starting quarterbacks this weekend, except for Baltimore and Miami, they're not listed because they haven't named their starter. You have odds on, will they throw a pick? Will they not throw a pick? According to Vegas, the quarterback this week most likely to throw an interception is Dak Prescott. He's minus 180 to
minus 180.
Minus 180 to throw an interception. About, if you figure it out, given the VIG on it, it's about 62% chance, they think. About a 3 in 5 shot, he does throw a pick. You threw up there the 3.8% interception.
Yeah, it's a good graphic. I dug around.
It was a great graphic, man. It's not surface level stuff. That's interception.
I knew that off the top of the dome.
Okay. That not only leads the league, it's not only double his career average.
Yeah.
It leads the league by a substantial margin. And so the quarterbacks this year that have an interception percentage at 3.0 or more, Zach Wilson, Marcus Mariota, Davis Mills, Carson Wentz, Justin Fields, and Dak Prescott.
Not great.
That's it. And no one else is above 3.5. Dak's at 3.8. And so every single game this year, he's thrown the ball more than 25 times. He's thrown a pick. And the reason I agreed with Brew so much is I'm not certain it'll be a pick in this game. But could I see Dak sitting in the pocket a little too long and having someone come along behind him and jar the ball loose? No. It absolutely counts. 100% that counts.
Oh, yeah. It's a turnover.
As arm was going forward, his fumble.
Okay, not only is it a turnover, not only is it a turnover, but sometimes there's nothing to do. Sometimes it's lack of awareness. Sometimes it is trying to do too much. And I think that it is odd that we have gotten to this point, that this guy, when he was a rookie, the whole argument was 23 touchdowns, 4 picks, takes care of the ball, knows what the team does well. They don't have as good of a running game as they once did. They have a better defense than they did back then.
Yeah.
And yet he finds a way right now to dig himself in a hole that you don't need to.
But then he digs himself out.
I think they can survive 1 interception by him.
You think? Here's the thing. Thrown an interception in the last 7 games. What's their record? 5-2. Oh, my goodness gracious.
We saw the people they faced.
Oh, every other quarterback it's bad for. Do you know why? Because since Dak has come back, Dallas leads the league in scoring. They scored 32.5 points. I don't know how they score half points. I was trying to dig around, bro, and I couldn't figure it out.
That was surface, too.
That wasn't surface. I'll tell you what's not surface. The guy scoring in Tampa Bay is boring. So they're going to end up winning. You're like, wow, Tom Brady, clean game, 17 points. Dak, 1 interception, 28 points. You're going to be like, oh, Wild's right again.
You are really confident in the Cowboys.
He scores 32 points a game, and Tom Brady scores less than the Bears, who are the worst team in the league.
The Washington football team. Last week they scored 6.
Well, the Bucs score less than Washington on the year. And Vita Vea is back. I understand. He can't catch the ball. Moving on, Micah Parsons logged on to the old Twitter. Still running. All those engineers.
Yeah.
Share some thoughts about being left out of the Players All-Pro team. and the idea of racing Tyreek Hill at the Pro Bowl. First up, man, I'm in playoff mode. Forget that list.
Why
Congrats to those who made it,
Scratch
though.
it out.
We don't like the word forget.
Okay.
They deserve it. It was Micah Parsons and
Tyreek Hill. Oh, what are you talking about? Micah Parsons?
no, it was
Miles Garrett and Nick Bosa.
And Nick Bosa.
Yep.
And then about racing Tyree said, sorry, I'm in the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna be in the Super Bowl.
I'm confident that Cheetah will hold it down for me in my absence. It's not really how a race works.
Also, kind of a sneak diss on the Dolphins. Why
Right,
won't they be
you
in the
won't
Super
be
Bowl
in the
too?
Super Bowl.
I'm going to be in the Super Bowl. Tyreek's schedule's wide open. But
Good
go
point.
ahead.
I like that.
Tyreek
Brew,
didn't argue, though. He didn't argue.
what was your take on the tweets?
Would I prefer he's not out there tweeting stuff like this? Sure. But the fact that it was Tyreek Hill, at least one of them, I get it. You're responding to another player, another great player. But you know what? I'm not going to kill Micah for this. Okay. I like the confidence, all right, to want to be in the Super Bowl. And I like this even more. He did not rip Nick Bosa and Myles Garrett.
How were you going to? Those guys are really good.
No, I get it. And I don't know that he got snubbed. I mean, they had great at those. I don't know that he should have been over one of those.
Oh, I did. Listen, him already talking about the Super Bowl is not ideal, but it doesn't really matter. He's right about that he was snubbed. Nicky Bosa was the best defensive player in the league this year and should win Defensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons was better than Myles Garrett this year. Flatly. I understand Myles Garrett has had more sacks, and I understand that
Tackles,
component
losses.
of it. Yes. But Myles Garrett is also a full-time pass rusher, and Micah Parsons is doing more for the Cowboys defense for a better defense than what Myles Garrett was doing, and had more of an impact. So I understand his frustration there. I don't think he's wrong. I do think that, a little tease for about 45 minutes from now, if the Cowboys are going to have a chance against the Bucs, Micah's going to have a great game, and I know no recipe for a great game more than a healthy dose of motivation. So I hope Brew has put him on the bud list. The Cowboys. You know what, Wilds? I just realized.
What?
Brew knows the power of the bud list.
Yeah.
And he has invested so much equity and capital in the Cowboys losing. There's not going to be any Cowboys on the bud list.
Is that true?
He doesn't want.
We'll see. Stay tuned.
Oh, stay tuned. Okay.
All right.
Nick doesn't know my thoughts. Nick does not
that's
know
true.
my
44 minutes, the bud list coming up. Meanwhile, will Ravens regret paying Lamar? The answer is yes. Next on First Things First.
Not paying. You meant not paying.
Shoot! I got started.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.